Alright, so guys, Murray Mud Dog here. Doing an update video on the Murray. Got her up in here. If you notice, there's a hose running up through there. That's a cold air snorkel intake I have made. It runs from down here. It's just stuffed down to the to the breather housing, and it's got enough gap. It runs great like this. I'm just gonna seal up around here. And it runs up here to a piece of thick cloth I got up in here with a hose clamp around it. That's just a piece of like old vacuum hose pretty much. And it runs good with my cold air snorkel intake is pretty much what it is. The Murray runs great. I've got her cranked back up. I still got to get a belt for it. I'm going to fire up for y'all in a minute. It's about to start raining, so I'm going to take y'all out here to the Lowe's. I did have it freed up. It was spinning good, and then it just locked up for some reason. I've cleaned out the piston as it's spinning. So it's locked up solid now, though. So I'm gonna have to keep on playing with it directly to get it all cleaned up. On these old twins, for those of y'all who don't know, you can actually take this back cover off back here. Brings you to all the piston rods, all of that. That's the back cover. I need to set that up under the hood here. So yep. Dune Racer project, nothing's happened. Go-kart, nothing's happened. I did get the pull crank back in there. Got that back in the cover. I just got to put the cover back on. Get the carburetor cleaned out and stuff. But today's going to be mainly on the Murray. I put a mountain bracket up at the front of the transmission. You can't see it from back here. I've got all 4 bolts in my rear end. My rear end's done. I just got to put a key in that rear pulley. That's the only thing I'm lacking right now. So the Murray, the throttle is stuck on it. Stuck wide open. So I'm going to have to do something to fix that. But my shifting linkage will go all the way down into 4th. Now I got to cut it out right there for 5th. And then that's reverse, neutral. All my gear shift great, so that's completed. Thinking about doing another paint job on the hood, doing it the exact same way. Just where I got gloss black, going with flat black so it'll match the rest of the Murray. And repaint this front. And I'm gonna repaint my bumper. I'm thinking about taking this right here part off and either sanding it down good and making a sanding it down good and making it like silver, paint it silver. Or if I don't do that, I'll probably just take it off and paint it red or something. So I'm not really positive on that yet, but kind of an idea. So I'm about to fire at the Murray. If it crank up, I don't know if the battery's dead or not, because I haven't got the charging system cranked up yet, or hooked up yet. I forgot to do that whenever I was doing all my wiring. So and my kill switch, I must have wired it backwards or something, because it's not wanting to cut it off, so I'm just having to jerk the plug. Okay, I don't know if she's gonna crank. Make sure the fuel's, yep, the fuel's on. As you can see, she's running good. She's smoking a little bit, but not much. I think I might have put a little bit too much oil in it by accident. But overall, she's running great. So if I can get a belt and get the clutch fixed, I got to add on that little link and get that little piece cut out. Got to cut out that little piece. The Murray's going to be ready to ride. And get the key in the transmission. So, yep. I've got my pretty much everything on my toolbox that I'm gonna have in it. This right here top I've got to straighten. Got me a rag. I got my chain, pull strap, screwdriver, crimps, pair of flat nose pliers. I've got my wrenches, a Bowie knife, extra nuts, bolts, transmission bolts. I've got a whole entire extra thing of those. Up here I've got another extra steering gear I gotta get. So I have 2 extra steering gears back here because if David's Racing 88 goes out with me, he's got the exact same type steering in his Murray, so we might end up needing both of them if we go out. I'm not really sure. I hope not. I hope we don't even have to use one of them. On the Murray, you can see right here, I'm not going to keep this foam on here. I got to find something different. I don't remember if I said this in my last video or not, but I've added a spring onto this back. I know I didn't have the foam wrapped around it in my last video, but once it's latched down, it just gives it good spring, so that way I ain't hitting the toolbox so much. You can see where it had scratched whenever I just had the spring on there. Battery's back in the back, everything's wired up. So the Murray's pretty much ready to go besides the belt. 5th gear, which I can drive it in 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, but I want 5th too. So everything's pretty much ready on it. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, rate, and comment on the video. Alright, so y'all can see I've got everything painted on my front brush guard. Got it mounted back good and tight and solid. I'll probably be doing a new brush guard with a different set of handlebars, something a little bit different, something tougher instead of that. That's just that thin metal. I'm wanting to do something tougher, but as of right now, I mean, I probably won't get around that until I don't know when. Probably sometime about, I don't know, around October-ish. I'll probably be messing around with that, maybe. So I'm gonna, the only other thing I'll probably end up doing today is just playing around with the throttle, trying to get everything set so that way it'll run right. Now I want to make sure something. Yep, my hood arrest is on that. Okay. I want to make sure that wasn't gonna hurt my paint job any, but it's not, so that should be good. So right here's my cold air snorkel intake. If I can get it out around here. I've took like a paint cap, I've cut the center out of it and slid it down in there, so that way the hose wouldn't just come all the way in whenever I was tightening up the hose clamp. So that's how that works. I gotta get everything. As you can see, that's not sealed in good, but how it works is it just slides down in there. Then I'm gonna take some of that Anyway gasket sealer, I can't think of the name exactly for it, and I'm gonna put it on there all the way around it. I'm gonna take the cover off so that way I can do that, and that ought to be everything doing the motor completely. I just gotta mess with that throttle some and get that charging system hooked up, but that's probably all I'll end up doing for the rest of the day. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment, and rate the video. Alright, so guys, just one last thing. As y'all know, my throttle was sticking, and what it was it would go all the way in, and my pull spring would release it here, but it wasn't releasing it all the way back. And there's a little rod, a little teeny one, that runs with a little spring on it. Runs across here. So what I done, I drilled me a small hole into my carburetor attachment here, and it's not going into nothing, it's just running right through that little edge. I run me that same little spring through it, run it up and around the throttle, and now you give it gas, it comes all the way back. I push on the gas pedal for you. Y'all will be able to see that. Y'all can see that it's retracting all the way back. So that's what got that all fixed now. So everything's done on the motor now except for me just hooking up my my charging wire.